Hello everyone and Happy New Year, it's the Eradicator, and in this video we are going to talk about my predictions for 2021. This is a tradition that I've been doing every year on this channel, coming along with some of the retrospectives of my past predictions, which sometimes were accurate and sometimes not so accurate. I think I did a pretty good job in 2019 for in 2018 for 2019's predictions. Now in 2019, well, we're gonna say that I didn't do such a good job, so let's get started. But before that, guys, we are going to have a giveaway this month on Discord. These are for all the people who support me via various channels, so thank you so much to all the people who have been kindly helping me out, especially in October, where Google actually charge me some money, right? And also a special thought to Ghost of Slack for recovering. He just got the CCP virus, and that of course is not really fun, right? So yeah, so this month I am giving away an Origin 325A with lifetime insurance. It's going to be a great little fighter, as well as a fantastic LTI token if you're not interested, right? So you're always getting something out of it. So thank you so much to all the people who support me, and good luck to everyone. The giveaway will take place at the end of this month. Now let's go back to my 2020 predictions. Sorry if it's a bit noisy today. Of course, it's January 1st. All the kids are here. They're very excited that we finally got rid of 2020, right? And so let's have a look at some of the predictions that I did in 2020, and these are quite funny. Because I said at first we will leave the Stanton system. It was my first prediction. We will leave the Stanton system, and unfortunately that was not the case, right? We know that the work from home environment was not really helpful, and unfortunately this created a lot of delays in many and various forms, so that did not happen. Next, I also predicted that there will be a dramatic change in the economy. There was a little change in the economy in the sense that now we have the refineries, which force players to not force but encourage players to refine their mineable goods at the refinery before selling them. So that is, in my opinion, a little change, but that is not a dramatic change in the sense that we don't have any dynamic economy. Quanta is still far from being implemented, and I was very off the mark there as well. I also predicted that there would be no more armistice zones, and this is kind of true somewhat. Well, we still have armistice zones, but we can now fire in armistice zones, which usually gets you a crime stat. Even if you are defending the armistice zone, you are still getting a crime stat, so that's not very cool, but at least, you know, it can still happen, especially if you're on the other side of the law. I also predicted that there would be more professions, and I was completely wrong. I was hoping that maybe salvage would be in there, right? But no, that's not going to happen. That did not happen in 2020. Who knows, maybe in 2021. I am quite positive about that in 2021, with more professions coming down further down the line. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And there's my last prediction here for 2020 that I made. I speculated that Squadron 42 would somewhat be released. I know, don't laugh, please, don't cringe. I know, it was ridiculous. But I had an interesting theory. I thought it was an interesting theory, nevertheless. I was hoping that maybe we could see Squadron 42 in chapters, like they would release one chapter after another chapter, which would make sense, a little bit like a series. Like, so, for example, you have the chapter 1, 10 minutes of gameplay, and then the month later, maybe chapter 2 with another 10 to 15 minutes of gameplay, and you could always play them over and over again, right? I think that this was maybe a good idea, but well, apparently, yeah, that's not really the plan. So there we have it. 2020 predictions were completely wrong and off the mark. But again, who could have predicted all the problems and the pandemic that they eventually had in 2020, right? Nobody could. So that's why let's hope that 2021 is going to be better. These are my predictions for Star Citizen in 2021. Now, let's talk about 2021, and I think that there will be a Citizencon in 2021. That is my first prediction. 1 year without the Citizencon is already way too much. The community needs to have those extra, those extra videos, those extra workshops, because so that we can be informed of what is going on, of what the devs are working on, and at the same time the devs also need to share. It's very important to have that connection with the fan fan base, and also it is a great marketing opportunity for CIG to communicate about the progress of the project to the world, which is why I do believe that this year somehow there will be a Citizencon. Maybe it will be a digital Citizencon. I don't think that this year they necessarily had time to prepare a digital Citizencon because, well, the event was cancelled in May, if I'm correct, so that it just didn't leave enough room for anything to be done digitally. But maybe this year instead they will plan both events, a physical event, maybe in a country that does have a lot of vaccination rate, because you know that the vaccine is already out in some countries around the world. So maybe in some countries the vaccine will be more developed, so maybe they could have a Citizencon maybe in Germany, maybe, or hopefully maybe in the States. We never know, right? But if that's not possible, there's still a possibility to do it online, I guess. So probably they will be doing that this year, and I do believe that there will be a Citizencon. Now, next, I also think that the Stanton system will finally be finished. And for that, we still need a couple of things in the Stanton system. We obviously need Crusader. Crusader has been delayed over and over for several years, but we know that they've been working on Horizon Landing Zone. It is on the roadmap, and we will be seeing also, I believe, Planet Crusader and Horizon this year, if there is a Citizencon, or at least maybe the next Expo, right, the Intergalactic Expo, it will be at Horizon. There's already quite a lot of work done for the Horizon Landing Zone. It is going to be planned in 2 releases as well. I can't imagine that they're going to release Horizon without Crusader, so that's why we're gonna have both. And we also need the Iron Halo, which is also scheduled for this year according to the roadmap. The Iron Halo needs those new asteroids that they are also working on right now. It's also on a roadmap as well. It's going to be a great place for miners. It's also going to be a great place for pirates who are going to harass the miners too, and probably going to be quite a very interesting and bespoke location to see, because if you want to travel to get across the Iron Halo, you're gonna have to go through the secured gates, which are also going to be there. So it's also going to make traveling throughout the Stanton system a very interesting experience as well. I can't wait to be experiencing that. Next, I also think that Salvage will happen in 2021. It's been delayed also again and again, right? But eventually we've learned that they want Salvage to be a little bit different than mining, and for that we are also going to need iCache. And iCache is definitely scheduled to be coming in Star Citizen in 2021. They are already converting some of their legacy code in for the iCache format by the first quarter of 2021. So there are all signs are indicated that this technology is eventually going to happen, and I really believe that they want Salvage to be the very first profession to benefit from Salvage. So that's why I think that it is going eventually in 2020. Plus, on top of that, it is also a profession that is very needed and expected by the backers overall. Coming up next, I think that we also are going to go all the way to Star Citizen Alpha 3.16. Yeah, 3.16. That's the bottom line, because the Eradicator said so. Now, jokes apart, you know, right now we're going to have, we're in 3.12, we're going to have 3.13 and 14 for quarters 2. 15 for quarter 3 and 16 for quarter 4. And the reason why is because the devs have repeatedly said that they want Alpha 4.0 to be the patch when we'll finally be able to leave the sentence system. But for that, for us to be able to leave the sentence system, we need to have server meshing. And CIG, you know, Chris Roberts in his latest letter to the chairman did say that we are going to have at least one of the key main technology coming up in Star Citizen in 2021, which is obviously going to be iCache, since they are already working on implementing the iCache for quarter 2 2021 with the prep work for quarter 1 2021. But are we going to have server meshing by the end of 2021? That is a whole other question. Chris Roberts did himself say that he cannot make any promises, which may foreshadow an eventual delay once more of server meshing for 2022. It is a very difficult technology to implement. They want to get it right in order for Star Citizen to finally be a game that is going to be closer to a releasable state, so that then we can eventually have one day the beta version, right? So this will take extra time, plus we don't know how long we are still going to be in work from home environment. It takes, you know, more efforts. The devs are not as effective as if they were working in the studios, so that's why there still is a possibility of Star Citizen 4.0 being delayed, you know, and that's why I think that will still be by 3.16 by the end of the year. And my last prediction for Star Citizen in 2021 is that 30k errors will not be an issue anymore. We know that the dreaded 30k errors is causing a lot of grief in the verse. Many players, including myself, have lost millions of alpha UEC because of that error, and part of that is because when the server crashes, the data that was being recorded is simply not stored and is lost in the process. With iCache, this is not going to be the case. They are trying to create a new way of saving your actual progress in the game. Whatever you are doing, different actions, you know, whatever you are doing, trading or going to various locations, your ship will still be wherever it is as soon as there's a 30k error, which will allow you to get back into your ship with the cargo that will be inside as well. That data will also be stored thanks to iCache, and this is why when we're going to have a 30k error in the future, instead of crying and be very disappointed, people will just go, meh, it's no big deal, and we'll just go back to wherever we were with our cargo inside or ship. So that's why I also think that in 2021, 30Ks will not be an issue anymore, and that will maybe be the most welcome progress throughout the entire year. That's all for this video, guys, of my predictions for 2021. Let's hope that this time the predictions will be a little bit more accurate in 2020s, which were quite ridiculous and completely off the mark. So we'll see if that gets any better or not. But tell me guys, what are your predictions in the comments down below? I will also would like to see and know what you guys are thinking for, you know, what's coming up in Star Citizen this year in 2021. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Star Citizen content. Thank you so much for watching. This is the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later. This video is brought to you by the people who support this channel on Patreon and via the join button as well. Supporters of the channel get access to lots of cool perks, such as access to my private Discord, your question answered in the show, you get to know when I'm going to play, and also you get to have a chance to influence the editorial line of the channel. Any help is appreciated, starts at just $1 a month. Thank you very much for watching. This is the Eradicator, and I'll see you guys later.